Hello everyone, Sanyan here with your teacher tip for the day. And this has to do with one of the most common questions I get at Scratch Teacher PDs, which is once teachers are about 7-8 lessons in and the students have covered the basics, how do we assess? Because at this point, you have to eliminate the possibility that what you're looking at in your students' work was just achieved by following, a predefined set of steps to get to predefined solutions. And there's plenty of resources on the web that do exactly that. So what you want your students to demonstrate is some computational thinking and understanding of some of the more advanced functions inside Scratch. So the best way to tackle this, and this is just one of probably hundreds of possible examples, is to set them up with a problem with a predefined success criteria. Now, the problem here that they will attempt to solve is as follows. We have some pre-written code. The blocks here get the cat to move right to left. The block here gets cat to experience some gravity. So there's an element of falling, which is pre-written. And then down there, they have to figure out how to get the cat to jump. So this is not as easy as it appears because most students will achieve an imperfect result that's going to enable the cat to fly instead of to jump. And then there is also the aesthetics of getting that jump to look sort of parabolic and circular as opposed to like a triangular jump. So there's a lot in that, in making it realistic. And finally, there's a question of when the cat reaches the bell, he's got to ring the bell, and the bell has to produce a sound, and a sound that sounds like a bell. Now, this would actually have the students have a forever sensing loop if the cat is touching the bell. It'll have them looking inside the sound libraries for the correct birthday bell sound and so on. So in order to do this, they have to demonstrate a fair bit of understanding. Now, one little detail here, I definitely recommend that you start with some pre-written code, because if your students use this command as opposed to this more complex forever if key up arrow is pressed, the performance gets a little bit glitchy. So this is simply better practice, and without it, your students are almost certainly going to go into events and select this command, which is easier to use, but it actually interrupts the green flag and doesn't work as well. So let's have a look at 3 possible solutions. So firstly, solution 1, which is very basic. I got to hide the previous cat, got to show this one. So I hit the green flag, the cat moves. So when the up arrow is pressed, it changes Y by 10. So we can kind of make a realistic looking jump, but essentially the cat can fly. And this is not really a complete solution, but if you can get your students to basically have this work with a sensing of the bell code, let's see, and then end the game at the end of it, that's a decent grade. I would make that something like 6.5 out of 10 or a C. So a better solution would handle the problem of having to jump off of the platform. And let me show you what I mean. Right here, this is the jumping code. The cat has to be on a platform in order to be able to jump. And then a jump is just a loop of 10 changes of Y by 10. So it looks realistic. And that was a different signal. So this wouldn't be ideal. They should be having a bell toll here, but we have birthday bells as an option. And yeah, that ought to work as a pretty good solution. But finally, something that would produce an A. And this, I expect that only a small minority of your students would have, 2, 3, maybe 4 per group of 20. So the way you assess this is this is just like a more advanced assignment, maybe worth 20% of their total grade. you definitely do not want this to be a heavily weighted assignment, because you're going to have a considerable group of maybe 25 to 30% of your students that struggle with this, and that is okay. Like, not everyone can grasp the advanced concepts, but you definitely want to know when your students are thinking to that deeper level. Now, let me show you how this works. So it uses a variable. The variable is called G. So G stands for gravity, and it essentially has the cat jump by 10, and then by 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then fall. So at the start, he's going at the highest speed, and then at the end, he's falling at the highest speed. But in the middle, he sort of like hangs in the air. And that's just like, you know, all objects on Earth when they're thrown into the air. It's just like people when they jump. So this is a very realistic looking jump. There it is. And those are the birthday bells. They go for 20 seconds. I'll see if I can get captured in midair. Nope. But there it is. So those are 3 different levels at which students can achieve in this particular challenge. Now, before I go, I just want to share with you a resource. So the assessment we just covered is actually there. So it's in a course called Scratch Game Making for Primary, and it's in the 3rd module. Now, let's have a quick look at the module. We have 5 tutorials, starting with a dodgeball game, an element where the cat can also shoot the balls it is dodging, and finishing off with some cool motion control. We have some teacher advice videos, we have lesson plans attached, and we also have this assessment to finish off the module. So feel free to actually get this for free. The link is going to be in the description of this YouTube video. And check it out, use it with your class, and let me know on YouTube comments or Twitter how you go. Have fun!